In today's tower showcase, we have the Web Monkey. Shouts out to the wonderful Jane for creating this tower mod, and it's basically what it says it is. It shoots out webs. More specifically, places webs on the track that slows down balloons and can see camo. And as you can see, this tower mod comes with pretty much a full-on complete 3 pads, 5 upgrades, and a Paragon. So stay tuned to see all those. Also, the map we're playing on is this custom map called Spider. I think it only makes sense to pull out the map editor maps when they really fit the theme well. I know it's a bit out of season, but anyways, let's just start and place it down. So what does it do at base? Well, as you see, it's not webs and it doesn't look like it does any damage at all. It's basically a glorified glue gunner. That's alright though, because we'll just use our free Dart Monkey to help pop the balloons, and the Web Monkey is now useful. This isn't just an average glue monkey though, it's kind of a hybrid between, well, I guess Spike Factory, or rather a Glue Factory. I think there was a term on that before. But yeah, considering by the end of each round there's like so many of the cobwebs on track, they definitely hold up a lot of Pierce before actually going away. Alright, let's see which of these upgrades actually do damage, if any. I'm looking at each of them. At least the first path, webs are thicker and cover a larger area. Bottom path, webs are thicker and cover a larger area. Okay, I'm just gonna assume they do the same thing. Quicker spinning, looks like it shoots webs faster. None of these are right now really any useful, so we'll just go in order with the top path, and then see what Poisonous Webs does. So, Poisonous Webs. The material used to make the cobwebs now uses an even thicker substance that not only affects more balloons, but also does a little bit of damage. Now, this is the upgrade I've been looking for. It's kind of similar to, well, so far it's mimicking the top path glue, because Tier 2 glue was corrosive glue, so it finally did damage. Does this do more damage? Let's see. Poison becomes acid and melts the balloons like butter. Seems like it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm also really loving the textures on this tower so far, so shouts out to Poppy Productions for that, according to the mod credits here. Let's go ahead and buy it now, though, and let's see how much corrosive damage it can do. Perhaps I should sell the Dart Monkey just to get a better glimpse? Sure thing. I probably should have moved Gerald on a different spot, but that's also okay. And if you didn't see how the balloons went around this map, well, it basically takes one loop around the web, the longest part of the web, and then exits on the bottom right side. So overall, pretty easy map. So it looks like we're actually getting Pierce Cap now, so I guess I could use faster spinning webs, shooting them faster. So I want you to take a look carefully at the zero balloons coming in. So it looks like the acid web does like 5 damage. That's pretty crazy for such a low cost. What does more arms do? Just more attack speed? Sure thing. Looks like round 27 is its weakness though, so yeah, not a lot of Pierce on these webs, but they do sure pack a big punch. I think we should definitely drop a second one, and maybe this one will focus on the bottom path. Just kind of curious what this does, because it's the exact same description as thick webs. Hard to tell. Anyways, what's going on this round? Why are there so many webs on the track, but the leads are taking so long to pop? I am confused. Like, watch again. Oh, you know what it might be? It might be that the, what do you call it? This Web Monkey is actually ruining it, because unlike normal glues, this one isn't overriding the current glue that it has. So let me just go ahead and sell this. And it looks like we only damage it once it goes out of the, well, the weak glue status. So it'll take a while, but now that all the white webs are gone, see, we're finally doing damage. I see. In that case, then, we should probably put any weaker or every subsequent Web Monkey a bit further back, just until we get, like, some actual damage on these ones. So what does even stickier webs do? Looks like it just slows balloons down even more. So again, pretty much copying the glue gunner's homework. I see. Like, am I wrong? This is literally stronger glue on the bottom path tier 2. I think a 202 is definitely the cross path I want to get. Let me first see what Super Webs does, though. Well, you guessed it. It's small glue, but webs. The only difference so far in all the paths we've seen is that the middle path isn't actually more Pierce, it's just simply a faster attack speed, which I'll take over having more Pierce. Now, I'm pretty sure I still need mob damage because it sounds like this thing only will slow down Moabs. Let's see if that is true or not. I got a lot of extra money to spend if this doesn't end up working, but here we go, 203. There we go. As expected, it is doing basically 0 damage. It's like ticking for 2 damage every what? No, it's not ticking at all. Sorry, it is ticking, but only for 8 damage. Damn, that's pretty weak. So that's unfortunate. And similar to the glue gunner, you can't stack webs. So that means we gonna actually need to get some real defense for at least round 40 here. I guess just a maul for now until we figure out something else, or until it gets, you know, eventually outscaled. By the way, this is a pretty OP upgrade for only $2,000. Did you see how much it slowed down the Moab? Like, if I had to guess, 80% slowdown, if not more. Now, before we start saving up for the big boy upgrades, let's go ahead and showcase the middle path. Tier 3, what does it do? Spider eggs. Affected balloons are now covered in tiny baby spiders that spread webs to nearby balloons. Something about spiders creating spider egg just gives me the ick, but I'm gonna have to buy it for science, and well, what am I looking at here? Well, first off, we're leaking because this thing can't hold the balloons coming in. I'll probably need a poisonous webs to actually do some decent damage here. So to me, this upgrade is just the upgrade that gets you to glue every single balloon. Like, make sure nothing gets past. Everything will become glued, even the, you know, stuff that gets unglued after being damaged. I've noticed that after, you know, the ticking of the acid, the glue's gone. So it's good that we have some backup now, and it's nice that we also have some backup damage, because I'm still leaking, and if I didn't have this for corrosive damage, then yes, this could have been ugly. Now, which of these do I look at next? Probably, again, I need damage, so let's look at funnel webbing. Funnel webbing allows the web monkey to spin extremely dangerous web tunnels that can affect more balloons, including bigger balloons, and deal even more damage to them. I hear mob damage, I buy instantly. Let's get it, and let's see if we need the Molo now. Can I take a moment to say how amazing this portrait art is for the funnel webbing? Looks like it's straight out of a movie. So in order to accurately see the damage to mobs, I'm gonna go ahead and sell the Molo just for this round to see if funnel webbing can do something. And it definitely is doing something. It's almost beat the Moab entirely. I don't see any status effect on it. I guess that's part of, I don't know, the upgrade. It looks like the damage over time, though, is pretty nutty. Look at that, just one-shotting ceramics. Pretty good stuff. And again, for the Moab here, we can see exactly how much damage it's doing. It's doing a 20 tick, seems, but okay, it's just an invisible DOT. At least during the time that it was ticking damage, there was no, like, visible glue effect on it. Alright. And I don't know if it's a bug that the Black Widow upgrade has, like, no sprite whatsoever. I'll go ahead and read it, though. It's pretty cheap, tier 5. Known for its lethal venom, this monkey can spin webs that can affect huge balloons and deal insane damage as well. Safe to say we could also probably nickname this upgrade as the Web Solver. How's our BFB damage, by the way, without a Mauler anymore? Well, we're slowing down the BFB immensely during this time, which I guess is helping to make Geraldo do more damage. Yeah, you go, Geraldo. Get that 3 mob damage at a time. Again, because it can't stack, though, I'm pretty sure we're dead, because the mob will take way too long to, well, pop. In fact, I should probably just get, like, what do you call it, a mob glue. If we can't mix 2 web monkeys together, then just mix its sister tower. So let's sell, let's get this, and we should be good now, yes. Actually, I can't tell if it's just me, or is the mob glue actually taking away, like, overriding the effect of the funnel webbing. Because I don't see it take damage over time when there's glue on them. But when you see that the glue is... Oh, the glue... It's not even slowing down the mob, I don't think. Hang on, I gotta see this again, guys. So look at the last mob. Yep, it doesn't get slowed down. It's trying to hit it, but it looks like... I think the web monkey is coded as, like, some sort of glue. So I was wrong. This does not synergize well. I'll just get rid of it. Hopefully by some point, though, we should be able to survive with just the spider monkeys. Not if 62 has anything to say about that. Sure, let's just get them back to Mauler then. Also seems like round 63 is no problem, especially not for the, what do you call it, spider eggs? Sheesh. Look at that leg. It's making sure, though. It's really good with that corrosive. Making damn sure none of those cerams end up getting past. Although, of course, again, we have the funnel webbing to hold the line. Let's read what Mob Nest does. Spider eggs can now partially affect mobs. Perfect. I've been needing mob damage, and I shall get it. Again, I don't know, man. Something about this tower path gives me the creepies. Like, look at that tower portrait, and just the giant amount of little spiders and spider eggs around these icons here. If I didn't have arachnophobia before, then I definitely have it now. Where is bottom path tier 4? Robo spinner. Intense web spinning techniques of this monkey robot allow stunning of balloons. So in other words, we could call this the relentless spinner. Sure. And I guess while we're already here, let's read Merciless Capturer. No balloon would be stupid enough to come near this machine. By the way, I think this upgrade is as close as you can get to Spider-Man without getting sued. I also haven't even got any cross-pathing for this yet. I'll just do faster spinning. Hang on, if I'm watching this very carefully, it is literally acting exactly like the Relentless Glue, because it only seems to stun when a balloon gets popped. See when those BVs pop the mobs? Stun effects. Otherwise, nothing. I'm also dead, and also this tower is incredibly laggy. I mean, go figure considering all the stuff we have on the screen. Maybe just an extra mollo to help out. Do some mob damage. Are we good now, or do we need more help? I think we're good. Oh my god, barely. Those extra lives from the Central Market coming in really handy right now. Are we also gonna get a Pierce Cap this round? Because I feel like we don't have enough purple webs, and no, we do not. Okay, let's just not overthink this round. That's mail. And I think I just want to go for Black Widow now. The damage is too whack, and it's far too leggy if I leave too much stuff out in the open. So here's the Black Widow. She on the black cobwebs. But unfortunately, there is still a massive Pierce problem. You see we're already down to 23 lives from that giant Ceramic Wave. How about for the Camo Ceramic Wave? I guess in this case then, maybe an Alp buff would do a little bit handy. That would give 3 Pierce. The cobwebs, assuming it works on them. It looks like it's working on them. But it could be wrong. Let's see. Again, lots of like... I think it's definitely coming from the spider egg. I mean, nobody said I couldn't go for multiple top path web monkeys, right? I think I have to. Just seeing that I can't even beat this stuff here is a very big concern. Just an extra 320 actually is enough for now. Still not taking any chances, so one more Maelstrom. Just to be 100% sure. And now let's just rapidly read the last upgrade that I didn't read yet. MOAS. The mother of all spiders can spread webs in a larger radius and does more damage. We're probably gonna need it considering I'm seeing balloons leak already to 81. Or should we do Merciless Capturer? Each of these sound like pretty interesting options. Let's sell this one because if we need any more, sell UU. I'm so close to affording it. You know what? Let's sell one of these and let's try... You know what? No, I want to see Merciless Capturer. If it's gonna act like super glue, then I think that would be great. Unfortunately, it's not acting like super glue. It's funny how the description says no balloon would be stupid enough to come near a machine, but they actually would be pretty smart because they can just walk by them. Well, if that didn't work, mother of all spiders. How about now? Am I seeing the damage tick up at all? It actually is ticking up decently. Like, especially once everything's popping here. Come on, 91k, 92. 95, okay, I will say it is making a little difference. Surprisingly though, it's pretty underwhelming for a tier 5, even though it is like $30,000 only. You would expect it to beat the balloons a little bit more cleanly. Now before I get Merciless Capturer, I'm gonna need to save money for Paragon, so should probably continue to build farms. We also have absolutely 0 ZMG damage for whatever reason. How about better luck when we roll around this pile? Well, it is doing better, but damn, that's still not the damage speed / increase that I'm hoping for. Might need a Maelstrom here, or are we good? Nope. Gotta mail those Rams, and I still leaked a bunch of lives. Okay, let's just get the Axis of Web Monkey to see if it makes any difference at all. In the meantime, you can read what Psychotic Apex Arachnid does. No balloon can ever escape my presence. Never did, never will. Is it as deadly as the description makes it out to be, or is it just another tier 5 fraud? Well, guess we'll find out. And how's the difference? Okay, we still barely edged out, being that first ZMG. The save up to the Paragon is looking bleak, unfortunately, because even for round 92 here, things are making last bend. Probably have to drop another tower down at some point. I'm also deathly scared about DDTs, but we seem to be fine for 93 at least. And yep, I'm already leaking to round 94 here, so I think that settles it. Let's get an actual tower. Considering mobs are the biggest issue, we gotta go for the carpet. Carpet is love, carpet is life. And I guess I should have known, considering if my closest comparison to the Web Monkey was Glue Gunner, it makes sense that I shouldn't be able to solo with the tower, because it's not like you can really solo very well with Glue Gunners in the first place. I mean, although, to be fair, Solver would wipe, like, all 3 of these combined, I'm pretty sure. Especially on a map like this. So maybe there is some merit to expecting a little bit more out of these, but again, it's most likely the synergy that's really kicking the tower down a notch. Anyways, there's 98. Shouldn't be too bad, right, considering we already have super glue at home. Yep, everything is all fine and dandy so far. See you guys in a couple dozen rounds when I hopefully will be able to afford the Paragon. Took a little bit longer than I'd like, but I think if we sell everything, I will finally have the money for the Paragon this round. So let's see. Yep, 677. So overall, we have like only 2 million pops on the Web Monkey. Alright, fine. Just because I'm already here, I'll drop just a couple upgrades down to up degree a little bit more. At minimum degree 20 would be nice. Maybe even 40. Let's go, though. Get the Web Paragon, 25. And now that I look at it quite closely, it very much resembles, I don't know, kind of like the Glue Storm's backpack. Let's just go. And indeed it is. Indeed it is. Shooting out giant black cobwebs just like the top half. And now it doesn't have anything to worry about in terms of, like, glue overriding, because it's the only Web Monkey on the field. I'll still see a couple of leg spikes occasionally. Not sure what it's from, but... Yep. That's a Paragon, alright. This is what separates the big boys from the small boys. It doesn't look like its bad damage lacks, however. I say it lacks, but still pops it pretty quickly. Well, pretty quickly as in, like, what, halfway? Maybe not looking good for around 140, but... certainly clears the way for it every round before that, right? Yup, so I'd pretty much say this Paragon does fit the theme pretty well. It does incorporate all the pathing. The bottom path being the stunning, the top path being the damage, middle path being just a sheer amount of webs that's producing. And at this point, we've pretty much seen everything we need to see because it pretty much int-skills every villain in sight, or at least stuns them first before int-skilling them, so... Alright, last round I want to see. Round 140. Can we do the F-bed damage? Yes or no? Looks like each tick of the web is only doing 500 damage, with no other way to increase that amount. So seeing that also the webs only are dropped within the range of the Paragon, I think it's going to stop doing damage to this for a little bit. And that's definitely going to be the dagger that will end this run. GG. I hope you guys enjoyed the Tower Showcase. Alright guys, today we have another modded tower showcase. This one's brought to you by Zooquix, so once again, big shout to Tim. This one's called the Hive Mind Monkey, and with it, does not come 15 upgrades. Instead, it actually gives 0 upgrades. It's just a base 000 tower, but here's the catch. Let's read the description here. The Hive Mind Monkey is all connected, and all Hive Mind Monkeys are upgraded in unison. So that's why we have another thing here, just to the right of it. It's called the Hive Mind Upgrade. Basically, if I drop one down, we currently have what's quote-unquote a level 1 Hive Mind Monkey, and if I drop this Hive Mind upgrade down on the map, then that upgrades all the Hive Mind Monkeys on the map by 1. At least I believe that's how it works. And I believe the most amount of times you can upgrade a Hive Mind Monkey is 8, so that means currently I have a level 1, so this can go up to a level 9 Hive Mind Monkey, and let's see how good a level 1 Hive Mind is. Well, it's not very good. It's basically like a 0/0 Dart Monkey, isn't it? Yeah, if I'm looking at this correctly, it only seems to do 2 pierce, but I think it actually seeks. It's hard to tell because, well, the pierce of it's so low, but you see occasionally it does loop around the next balloon, so it's, I guess, a seeking 0/0 Dart Monkey. So that being said, I wonder how many Hive Mind Monkeys I want to drop first before getting an upgrade, because again, well, it's pretty self-explanatory that you would want to get as many Hive Monkeys as possible so that you make this Hive Mind upgrade more efficient to use. Like, you know, obviously if I upgrade 10 of them, it's more efficient than, you know, doing an upgrade when there's only 1 on the map. So I guess the play here is just spam as many of these Hive Mind Monkeys as possible, and then we'll see where to go from there. Well, so far it looks like we don't really have a need to upgrade just yet. We have 8 level 1 Hive Minds on the map, but I think just for showcase, I'm going to start doing it now. It also seems like it doesn't see camo, but I think it would be pretty interesting if the Hive Mind upgrades did eventually give camo, give lead popping, etc. So we will see what the upgrades give as we go. So here we go, guys. We're going to upgrade all of them to level 2. Basically, you just put it anywhere on the map and then watch. They all upgrade into yellow spooky eyes. You see Hive Mind Monkey 2. That means it's currently level 2. And let's see what it does. Let's watch this one here. It seems to have the same amount of pierce, so I'm not sure what makes it stronger. Yeah, I'm looking carefully. I don't see anything so far. Maybe it shoots faster, but it's hard to tell. Well, I'll drop another one beside it just to show you the difference. Let's see here. Does this shoot faster? Oh, yeah, I can tell. Only a little bit faster, though, so I'm not sure how much worth it that is. But let's see what level 3 has to offer first. It looks like we have lead popping, which is a good thing as well. And yeah, it seems like this level 2 upgrade isn't really much better than level 1, seeing that, you know, full upgrade is still strong into, like, Zebras here. So let's go level 3 right now. And they all turn green. And now, if you take a look carefully, how much damage does it do? Well, it seems to do more than 2 pierce per shot. Definitely a much better upgrade versus level 2. If I'm not correctly, it's up to 7 pierce per shot. That said, we'll drop another upgrade on them once we start the struggle again. I did this out like 1 or 2 of them just for camo down here. And here's a Moab. I think just to make things, or just for a safety net, I should just drop a bunch of level 1 Hive monkeys at the very back of the track. Just in case, you know, I do not upgrade enough in time. Looks like level 3 can barely pop the mole player. And we're probably gonna die without upgrade, so hold on. Let me spam as many of these as I can. Oh, wait. One too many. Upgrade? Oh, wrong one. Upgrade? Is that enough to save us? Nope. I think this is probably a good time to upgrade them to level 4, seeing as they didn't do so hot at level 3. So here we go. Looks like the Hive monkeys do 2 damage per shot now. Not sure how much pierce since there's only 1 mob on the screen. But can we at least pop it? Come on. 7 of them combined. And a bunch of level 2s at the back just to help out. But it still seems like we're struggling, so hold on. Let me do another upgrade. Now level 3 at the back, along with a bunch of level 5s at the top. And barely enough to survive. Alright, well, I guess we couldn't really see how much exactly level 4 did. But now for level 5. It seems like each shot's doing like up to 30 damage, if I can see from this Hive monkey here. One shot goes up 30 damage each time. Pretty much on the money. And let's see if they see camo yet. Oh, yes, they do. Nice. Very nice. I'm not sure if it was level 4 or level 5. Because, well, I couldn't see. Actually, this one's 1 level down, and I'm pretty sure it hit. So, it looks like level 4 is the time where it gets, what do you call it? Camo popping. Just watch here to confirm. Yes, indeed. That is indeed camo popping. And here's a good way to see how much damage it does per shot. I think it was 5 on the Moab. We'll watch again at the end of this round. See here? It was going up in increments of 5. So, it looks like it's, because it did 30 damage per shot there, it looks like it's 5 damage and 6 pierce per projectile. And also Seeking. Don't forget that. And, well, because the price of the Hive Monkey upgrade doesn't increase, like, depending on the amount of Hive monkeys on the screen, it looks like we're gonna have a lot of money left over. Because, you see, we already got $30,000. That's because it's so cheap. If you only have to spend $1,000 to upgrade all of these at once, then yeah. It would be hard to balance it if it was, like, in the real game, for example. I think, realistically speaking, if it were to be in the game, it would have to scale depending on the amount of, towers on the screen. Now, as for the BFB, let's see if I need to upgrade to level 6, or are we fine against the mob here? No. Or the BFB, I mean. Yeah, we're just fine. Or perhaps a better way to balance it would maybe be have it have more levels, but maybe the difference between them isn't so much, because I feel, yeah, definitely, I think it would probably be fair if it was like a similar, what do you call it, similar power increase, like level 1 to level 2, because if you saw, remember at the start, it was very minimal damage gain for level 1 to 2. Even at 63 here, we seem to be doing just fine, but that's a lot of greens. Let me upgrade now, just cause I really don't want to die here. So let me just drop a few more of these. Oh, I'll probably leak alright. Oh, okay, never mind. I guess we should have upgraded them earlier. Now, I'm pretty sure there's a little problem with this challenge editor game, in that if I press retry last round, the game freezes. And there's no way for me to actually continue it, except to go home. But whenever you do this, it actually deletes your save entirely. So, I'm gonna, I guess, have to make a new run. And I'll see you guys back at round 63. See you again. Round 3. So see you guys in a bit. So yeah, for anticipation of round 63, I think I'm just gonna drop the upgrade ahead of time. So let's go, guys. Let's upgrade this to level 6, and let's see how much damage it does now. And also, it does appear as if I'm going to have to, quote-unquote, blackboard this run, as in, if I ever die at any point in this run, I cannot retry it last round to save it. So instead, here's what I'll do. I'll just put a perma-spike at the very back, just for, like, you know, in case. And let's see. We turn this Rams to greens. It looks like it has enough pierce this time. Finally, for the level 6 Hive Monkey to do its job. As you see, yep, definitely a much better upgrade versus level 5 here. And let's try to take a look at how much damage it does per attack to the Moab there. If I'm looking at it correctly, it's actually 30 damage. That's okay. This exponential gain is pretty nuts, guys. Wasn't level 5 just what do you call it, 5 damage. It seems to be a big... Or rather, I think it throws multiple projectiles. Because as you see, it still turns the zebras into blues, which is 5 layers. So I'm not sure if it's, like, maybe it stacks. Basically, what I mean is that, like, it can multiply the pierce on the same balloon, which I think is what it's doing. Because, yeah. Or actually, no. It could just simply be that it has more morph damage, but it still has 5 balloon damage. I think that's probably, how it works. Because, of course, you can code monkey so that they do, you know, extra damage to ceramics, extra damage to Moabs, extra damage to fortifieds. That does exist. And it seems like, yeah, we can probably beat Moabs just fine now with level 6. And there's still 3 levels to go, guys. So yeah, don't mind me breezing through the 70s here. Again, I'm safe because I have perma spike it back, so even fast forwarding should be no big deal. And you still see it. As long as this thing has 0 pops, it means that these Hive monkeys are doing the job. And you see it. Breezing through the 70s just fine. And I think we'll slow down now and see the difference level 7 makes. So here we go, guys. 3, 2, 1. Let it rip. Bit of a leg spike because, you know, as it upgrades. Upgrade all those monkeys at the same time to level 7. And wow, we can already tell the difference. Even just one monkey. Is it just like 2-shotting a BFB? Okay, yeah, that's, for only 1k. I can see why that would be fairly unbalanced. That's like, yeah, 300 damage. Mob damage per shot. Like, it's literally this guy doing all the work. Just 2-shotting 4 to 5 Moabs. Yeah, someone tells me that that would be unbalanced in the real game. Now, because it's so strong, I probably would want to sell a few of these just to show you the power of just a couple of them together. But I think I ran into another bug with this mod in that if you're trying to sell the tower, it actually stays. It also gives you money, so because the money doesn't matter, watch this, guys. I can make infinite money with this mod if I just mass sell it. See that money count go up? 80,000, 90,000, 100,000. So even if I want to, I actually can't get rid of the Hive monkeys, which is kind of funny. And also, I do believe if I drop a new one down, it'll for some reason upgrade to the same level as the rest. Or actually, no. It just instantly jumps to level 7. I don't know how I ran into this bug, but it seems to be working that way now, even though it wasn't earlier, so... Yeah, it might just be a bit of a faulty coding. No biggies, though. We just won't drop any more new ones for the rest of the game here. Okay, hang on, though. Round 91 is actually looking like a sus round. It seems like, yeah, the blue damage is not so great. That's probably the reason why we're struggling to freaking fortified ceramics, but we're shredding Moabs. So I think we'll just upgrade to level 8 for this one. This round's got a lot of fortified ceramics, you see? Definitely a big struggle with them. So here we go. Level 8 now. The second highest level in the game. And looks like it's got greatly increased ceram damage. Also, I believe greatly increased mob damage again. Probably increased attack speed too, and increased pierce, and bigger range, as you see. And yeah, I'm pretty sure one-shotting 4-5 mobs at this point, because I literally can't see a damage phase in between. Wait, it's even one-shotting BFBs. Nope, it's not. But it almost one-shot them, like 3 shots. Yeah, for the price of only like $7,000, if you just take into account the upgrading, the amount of upgrades you have to buy in the high mine upgrade, that's pretty OP. This is similar power to like an over $100,000 tower. Probably even more than that. So yeah, round 98 probably won't be an issue. Actually, ceramics are the only thing that's stopping us, because again, it still doesn't seem to have the extra mob damage. Well, there's only 2 rounds left to showcase the last level, so I will go ahead and buy it after this round ends. Here we go, guys. Round 99, let's just upgrade it to level 9, and oh my god, they all got infinite range now. Well, alright. I feel bad for the bad here. I don't know if we'll even see on the screen. No, we didn't. What? That was on the screen for like 5 frames. But yeah, regardless, pretty cool little concept for a tower, even if it may be a little unbalanced. Again, an easy way to fix that would just be if they scale the cost of the high mine upgrade with the amount of towers on screen, and the level, of course. Now, I don't think we had enough time to showcase enough of level 9 in that run, so I'm gonna hop over to Sandbox here just to see one high mine level 9 against, let's say, first off, around 100 bad. How much damage does it do per shot? Here we go. Oh, wow. 2,000 per shot? Yeah, 20 of them was definitely overkill that other run. Let's send an invisible balloon just to see how much damage it does to, like, normal balloons. Hold on, let's reset the pops. It seems to be a lot lower at maybe, like, 50 damage per shot. But yeah, against Moabs, it's like 20x. Pretty crazy. Now, I wonder if a Hive monkey can beat round 140. This is an F bad and a normal bad. Let's take a look. Yeah, okay. Guys, a Paragon would be weaker than this. Let me just tell you that. I think I gotta wrap up to 200 just to see again. No, it can be 200, right? No shot. Okay, well, it's gonna do a lot of damage to it. It might even pop the bad layer. If we put it on a shorter map, well, you would probably know that we would pop it, say you were playing on logs. We even pop on Monkey Meadow. So yeah, this one little $600 upgrade would be better than most Max 3 Paragons. Just let that sink in. Well, I think we saw all that we need to see. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see more mods on the channel, then make sure to stick around, because there's a lot more to come. Today's mod is a tower mod, and that tower is Alchemist with a gun. Just kidding. It's actually the Alchemist Gunner, Darling Gunner, but it has a picture of a pistol or a gun for some reason. Anyway, we're just going to check it on the offside map and see what it has in store for us. But it's pretty simple, in case you guys can't, put two and two together. It's just a Darling Gunner that shoots out Alchemist projectiles and can buff towers from afar. Costs 2k, so I'll have to save up for that. And what better way to save up for it than getting a normal Darling Gunner? Let's begin. This mod is made by Jane, so shout out to Jane for making the mod. It's a pretty old one. If you want the link to it, the mods are always in the description, in case you're curious about where to find them. So yeah, it's actually called the Alchemist Gunner. I don't know if that's a real word, but it sounds kind of awkward to me, so I'll just call it Alchemist Gunner. And if we double click here, I think I can see the upgrades on it. Yes, there's only 3 of them, so there's not too much to look at today. But I just want to see, I guess, how the mechanics work. The stats. Alright, so one Darling Gunner can do pretty well for this map solo. That's pretty cool. That means we're free to just drop this right now. And let's go. As you see, it just throws out Alchemist potions at the speed of a Darling Gunner. Yeah, I'm looking at the speed. It's perfectly in sync with the real Darling Gunner. Kind of satisfying, if you ask me. Right now, it does not buff towers, but soon it will. You can see right here the upgrades. Acidic Mixture Gun is only 1k, and it loads Acidic Mixture into the Alchemist Gun. Easy as that. What I'm kind of curious about is whether or not it works the same way as the AMD, as in it's exactly 10 shots of AMD to that tower. I'm just going to buy it right now so we can show it to ya. And you see, it throws AMD on it, and it seems to be 10 shots there. Let's reload it, and it's off again. Oh, from what I see, it seems like you can't stack it, if you know what I mean. In case you don't know, the AMD lasts for 200 shots on a tower, and if that tower doesn't shoot, then you can, you can stack them up to 200. Right now, you can't. Like, basically what I mean is that when you throw AMD, all the... Actually, no, it keeps throwing AMD on it, but normally it would, keep this icon on, because this guy's definitely not shooting 10 times, using up all the AMD shots immediately. It just seems to only reapply them, well, when it runs out. Otherwise, it just shows the green thing, but it doesn't actually apply it while it's active. Anyways, as expected, these upgrades are more expensive because, well, it shoots so many of them. So, you can probably, yeah, this is probably best with multiple towers, not just one of them. But for now, since we're doing just fine, I mean, again, this guy does damage too. Pretty good damage at that. Looks like we'll just keep it at this for now. Actually, we're kind of struggling. I could certainly use a tower too. Right now, the AMD doesn't do anything because there's no cerams or leads or mobs on the field. So it's just for show. In fact, let's see if I can maybe save up for 4k straight up. That would be certainly a feat. Also, it's kind of hard to see here, but if you actually try to follow the trajectory of the potions, it's looking like the AMD shoots a little bit slower than the main shots. I, for one, see about, for every 2 main Alchemist shots, there is 1 AMD shot. Let me know if you guys see the same thing. Here are leads, by the way. Great time to throw an AMD buff. Also, looks like we're going to be able to afford this guy real soon. Forcibly buffs your monkeys with the Berserker Brew. Yeah, that's right. You must drink it. You have no choice, monkeys, but to take my brew. I guess that's why he has a gun in the upgrade art. Attaboy. That's the spirits. So again, slow it down. You can again see that this guy's just throwing out a bunch of junk. Also, I am pretty sure the Tier 3 and Tier 2, the AMD and the Berserker Brew, they don't do damage, right? They just throw over. It's just the Alchemist red potion that actually does damage. Let me just verify to make sure. Yeah, it seems like the orange misses all balloons. Yep, makes sense, makes sense. Now let's go for towers that actually do well with alpha buffs, so like a ninja. We'll drop that randomly. And yeah, let's just watch. Watch that buff. Once it disappears, reapply it. And let me just watch if it's on it all the time. Is it basically permanent uptime on that, on both icons, it seems? From here, yes, there's like basically no downtime. So that means the Berserker Brew does refresh. And as for the AMD, I assume that also? No, that one disappears. You see? So that's kind of interesting, that mechanic. Basically, AMD you cannot stack, which makes sense, otherwise that'd be pretty broken. But you can always refresh the Berserker Brew, so you have a permanent uptime on that ninja. And for the last upgrade, Gunner Stimulate, you know the drill. It's a tier 4 alp buff that it throws on the monkeys. And we should afford that very soon. I wonder if this ninja is okay with getting splashed all the time with the potions. He is sure taking a beating. That's the price you gotta pay for extra power. And now we have the stronger stim active, as you can see. Also, actually kind of curious, can you out-buff the Alchemist Gunner? I assume you can. The only reason I do that is just for the memes, and also to make it, I guess, shoot faster, maybe pierce more. Yeah, what I'm curious is whether or not I can increase the pierce. Like, can I buff 2 monkeys with 1 shot? Let me just try right here. Alp, yep, you can throw AMD on it, which doesn't really do much. Now for the Berserker Brew. Let's see. Indeed, it does get a buff. And if I'm looking carefully, it's hard to see whether or not it's actually going through the ninja. But I guess we can try like this. No, actually, look at this. This ninja completely cockblocks this guy so that he never gets a buff. Okay, now that's a unintended consequence of what I did here. Or I guess that's the consequence of being able to refresh the buff. That means he steals the buffs all the time. Actually, wait. Now it's actually getting a buff. But for a moment there, it seemed like it wasn't going through. Maybe it had to do with this guy not giving Pierce. Also, take a look at this curse thing. Normally you can't outbuff Alchemist, but now with this tower, you certainly can. Yeah, not that you would want to outbuff an Alchemist, but that's pretty interesting. Okay, let me experiment. I'm gonna sell this guy. I'm gonna lock it in place. I want to see if he can receive any buffs at all. Seems like he's not receiving any stim buffs, so that, yeah. I think that sounds about right to me. You can increase the pierce of the stim potion so that this guy can be buffed. Wait, now he can be buffed. Okay, that's weird. Maybe he was able to thread the needle. But for the most part, you see that this guy is not receiving a buff at all. Until I buy this thing, which gives it pierce. And thus, can be buffed, as you see here. Interesting mechanics. I think for this run, I'm gonna try not farming. I want to see if it can be up to round 120 with, I guess, towers that are really good paired with outbuff. And I'm gonna try to only use this one guy to try to outbuff all the good towers I can. So yeah, while we're talking about good towers, well, Tax Zone is a pretty obvious choice for an outbuff. So let's get that set up right here. If I recall, yes, this offside map had very weird footprints, which means you can basically place towers on the track, which is perfect for stuff like Tax Zone, you know? So there we go. Now we have to take it off of locked, so that we can buff things, as many things as we can. Oh, also another thing, you can outbuff the jungle drums to give it range. Not really much damage until you get to expertise. I bet you can outbuff farms too. Again, I'm not gonna use it for money, but just watch. Oh, you can't. I wonder why it works on the village. Generally, it doesn't work in the village unless you get, you know, the attacking upgrade. But I won't complain at all. And we are survived till Tax Zone. Alright. This should allow us to survive even without buffing it for quite a while. Also, the thing with the Alchemist Gunner is that it pretty much acts like a permabrew because it can reapply it so much and it shoots so fast. Like, just watch here. That stim buff is pretty much always active. And if it's always active, that's basically permabrew. Again, in case you don't know, I've already made a misconceptions video about it. But permabrew doesn't make, like, the buff stronger. It just makes it permanent, which is good because a lot of the time, the tier 4 alp buff can't reapply it, or rather, it runs out quickly because it only works for a number of shots. And towers that shoot fast like Tax Zone will obviously use it up very quickly. So that's what permabrew is good for. And well, we basically got a permabrew that's like 6 times cheaper, so yay for that. Now let's get working on, I guess, another good tower that is good when outbuffed. I'm gonna try to think of, like, towers that, well, would run out of tier 4 outbuff really quickly. So, AKA shoots really fast. I think an easy candidate for that would be, like, Super Monkey, Sun Avatar. Back in the day, those were busted. If you played BT6 in, like, 2018, 2019, before they implemented the fact that tier 4 outbuff shots have a limit, yeah, Super Monkeys were busted back in the day. But fortunately, we didn't have that much time to abuse them. But nonetheless, let's throw a blast at the past right now. Sun Avatar, let's save up. Alright, and there is Sun Avatar. I'm going to start buffing it now because basically, well, I can basically have this guy do damage first. And when balloons get close, I'll start out-buffing the attack zone, as you can see. Basically full uptime, aside from that tiny bit of flashing you see when it runs out very briefly. Otherwise, it's basically, again, a perm buff, which is insane on Sun Avatars. Like, just watch here. Exhibit A of Sun Avatar plus Perm Brew combo. Basically, you can solo up to the 90s, I would assume. Here, just go to the 80s for yourself on super fast forward. And tell me if anything gets remotely close to leaking. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this guy on the Avatar till I see it gets close at all. 87 was kinda tight. Tight as in barely halfway. And as you can see, we've made it to the 90s with just this guy. Alright, let's slow down now. What do you guys think about Elite Defender? It's not really that great late game. In fact, if I go for it, I'm probably boned. But you know what? Life is always about having fun. So let's just drop it and, well, outbuff it. It's gonna run out really quickly. In case you can't tell, it shoots even faster than Attack Zone. Even faster than Avatar. But I put it a little further back just so that, I guess you can maybe catch some stray outbuffs on the way. Like, I didn't want to be taking up the outbuffs of these guys. This guy's a little bit lower priority. Also, can't hit DTs, but I'll leave it. AMD will also help a little bit, so I don't worry too much. Actually, the attack zone, only the Avatar, yeah. Without AMD, only Avatar hits DTs, so I should keep that in mind. I'll just buy a move, actually, so I don't have to worry about it. There we go. Easy. If I can save up for it, I think here's the next tower I want to get. An Avatar Wrath. That one's another tower that shoots pretty darn fast, and so thus eats up outbuffs pretty quickly, and does pretty well with outbuff, because the Pierce is pretty low if you go for an 015, which I am going to go for. If I can save up for that, then I'd say we pretty much won the game. Right now, can't really guarantee it, but we're going to try our best. So basically, outbuff the super until it hits the attack, and then we'll start with our wiggling up and down, up and down. Try to spread our rations. Should be able to beat this. Yeah, and yeah, once things get, like, right here, where all the attacks are getting used in some way, they got no shot. So let's go for it. It's another tower that can't hit DDTs, I should mention. Yeah, I probably should have put my Miv in a different spot. Oh well. Also, I hope this Avatar spot is not eating up the stim from the Sun Avatar. That would suck if that was the case. Anyways, round 100, it's easy with a bad, or with an Avatar Wrath. Avatar Wrath was meant for those rounds. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go for a Mib. I don't trust this AMD at all. Alright, Mib time. That means we should do a lot better against DTs here. Actually still a struggle for some reason. Yeah, I feel like I might need more than one Alchemist Gunner, but I want to commit to the promise that I said only one Alch Gunner. Actually, I can probably do this as well. Jungle Drums buff the Alchemist Gunner to, well, throw more. That probably will help a little bit. Right now I'm trying to sustain Alch buff on 4 things, which there's no chance I can do. No shot. But it's certainly better than, like, what dropping multiple stims would do. Again, those shoot 1 brew like every, what, 6 seconds if you have the attack speed buff. Also, I might be dead here, come on. Uh-oh, I'm dead. Or not, okay. I had to rely on the damage of the Alch Gunner itself, which is weird. Oh, no, it was the Elite Defender doing it. I forgot that existed. Sorry, Elite Defender. Wait, hold on. Oh, these things are blocking my Alch buffs too. I thought they didn't. I thought mobs didn't cop block us. Also, I think the game just crashed when I pressed retry last round. Might be a little problem with the mod itself. Let's see if I can pull it back up. Well, guys, I think our save is locked. I don't think you can actually, like, go back to a save game with an Alchemist Gunner. So instead, I just have to remember what I did and re-drop those towers on that round. Okay, I know this isn't the exact placement of the towers, but whatever. Let's just go with it. Let's just see if we can salvage this run. Actually, what happened was that the jungle drums actually messed me up. Or the village that I put in front of the Dartling gun. Because I noticed, I actually might die here because I actually can't buff my Super Monkey. God damn it. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Elite Defender coming to clutch. Yeah, like, watch this. No more Alch buffs. to this guy because of this guy. See, it's eating up. Yeah, I can't do that. I need to put my village up here. So that's probably where I went wrong. The blimps weren't eating up the buffs. It was the stupid village. Okay, based on how we're looking, I don't think we're going to be another 12 rounds of this. So I'm going to actually drop another one. Maybe just to help out my attack zone. Yeah, sure. Sorry, wrong one. I want Alchemy Gunner. Gonna break the one Gunner only rule. Just because I don't think it's not looking good. That's basically it. Alright, Gunner Stimulant, there we go. This one I should probably lock in place. Also, I don't think lock in place works correctly when I use the hotkey. Let's try locking manually, there we go. Yeah, basically, again, that will have a perma-buffed attack zone, and then Threading the Needle for not the Super Monkey. Yeah, it's hitting the village instead, rip. So this poor Super Monkey cannot get a buff to save its life. Again, hopefully an Avatar Wrath buff will help. Actually, I should probably help also by getting Pop Lusts. That's the last thing I can get, or the only thing I can really get for cheap that will help my defense out a lot, aside from going support, because I'm trying not to do that. Just trying to go for straight raw damage. Because, yeah, the best defense is the best offense. In case you haven't heard that saying. It may not exactly be true for BTD6, but let's just leave it be true for the sake of this mod here. So yeah, with the addition of that Alchemist Gunner, it seems like we're defending a lot better this time. So I think we'll have this. Alright, looks like our ZMG defense is just fine. How about Bad's? Probably just as fine, because again, Avatar Wrath absolutely destroys single target. So does Tack Zone. So I reckon this shouldn't be a problem at all, and indeed, it is not. Alchemist Gunners, OP. And with that, we have finished. Again, fun mod, I have to say. Hello, today we're going to be showcasing animals that have been turned into modded towers, ranging from a turtle, a bat, a screaming fox, and more. And of course, before we start, shouts out to the wonderful Jane for creating all of these modded towers. Also, a lot of what the towers do here are going to be pretty random, so don't take this too seriously. Let's start with the modding elf, though. So there are precisely 5 towers in this modded pack that have just a single path. There's a couple more that I'll showcase some other time. Don't want to throw you too much new at once, but this is what the modding elf does. Blast balloons with explosive magic, but utilizes the power of modding to make the balloons more vulnerable to attacks. AKA balloons keep taking 1 damage to the tower on hit up to 5, the cap doubling every upgrade. So I assume the power of modding is simply that it's an effect that we haven't seen before. Let's just watch. There's Explosive Blast, and you see there's numbers. I'm pretty sure these numbers mean the extra damage that we're doing to the balloons, so right now, the main elf does 1 damage, but the plus ones are after the blue pops to the red, so the blast will now do 2 damage. Not that it matters, though, because reds only took 1 hit in the first place, but you see it, you can definitely see it here with greens. They now only take 2 shots, and let's just change some targeting. Oh, hey, there's a random target option. That's interesting. I think I'd rather just target first, though. Okay. And also get some towers, because this thing is pretty bad for $1,000. Anyways, we'll buy area coverage, attacks faster, and cover a larger area. Sure thing. Magical Grasp. Okay then, damage balloons are slowed, and non-mobs at 10 modded damage or higher are instantly destroyed. Modded damage is the passive, so does that mean it has to be hit by the elf 10 times? Because I'm pretty sure if it's hit by the elf 10 times, then it'd already be dead by then. Because every attack would keep doing more damage. So unless I set the Saram modifier to, like, infinity, then I don't know if the instant destroying would do much, but I guess we'll see. Okay, time for the next modded tower. AI Programming Turtle. So what does it do? Well, the turtle programs an AI for the sake of entertainment, despite not having any fingers, generates $100 per round. Nice, I knew turtles were low-key smart. So does it do any damage? Nope, it just simply generates money. Kinda like an inefficient banana farm at first. Anyways, what does a C# do? Well, it looks like it just increases more cash generation to 250, which, that's still not very efficient, is it? Because we're only getting 150 extra cash for $2,000. Now, before I truly die here, let's get the third one. Passive Bat. Hopefully it's not passive at attacking balloons. Oh, it is. Should've known since it was support. Anyways, looks like it gives Pierce to towers in range. That's very useful. Can be placed anywhere because it's literally a bat and can fly. True. Also, this was not planned, but very fitting that we're playing on Underground, that's for sure. I can tell that the Pierce is making a massive difference. Let's go ahead and give, oh yeah, right. Looks like you can't give Geraldo items to these modded towers. You know, Geraldo can tell which ones are real towers or which are not. He can smell the imposters. Pretty smart guy. Anyways, what does Batman do? Nearby towers can be moved once per minute. Is that really that useful? I mean, for right now, obviously it sounds very useful, because it's like 10 times cheaper than a Chinook. I kind of want damage right now, though, so we'll move on to number 4 or 5, Screaming Fox, come on. Before I die here, looks like the Screaming Fox is a very tiny range, and looks like upon placing it, Fox created a massive explosion. Okay, what does it actually do? Screams very loudly when a balloon enters its range, damaging all balloons in a massive radius. Attacks very slowly. Well, I guess that explosion we saw there is literally the attack. And that does not seem worth it, because I'm pretty sure it waited, like, a whole minute to do 5 damage. Let's watch again. There, another 5 damage. You know, I was expecting with such a long cooldown that it would actually be able to one-shot balloons, but it literally... It can't even beat a zebra, let alone a pink, I don't think. Usually, modded towers tend to lean towards the OP side, but I guess not today for the Screaming Fox. What does yelly or yelling do? Affects a larger area? Yeah, I'm not gonna get that. You know what? Screw you for now. I'm gonna need that $1,600 for something else. How about the last modded tower? Chaos Rat, what does it do? Well, it invokes massive chaos, it seems. Fires a random number of projectiles that pop a random number of balloons, dealing a random amount of damage over a random range. Rerolls its stats every single attack. Now, this is definitely something I haven't seen before. Imagine trying to do a Blackboard or Chimps with this thing. Thank goodness for Challenge Editor. Anyways, here we go. It looks like, for some reason, the pop count of the Chaos Rat doubled. I don't think we should pay attention to this, because no, we've not made this amount. In fact, I think the money count changing and the pop count, like, shows us what we've rolled, I believe. Anyways, we're dead. I think if we die, though, we just gotta keep trying again, right? Until we get good RNG. I would assume a higher number of both of these things means, I don't know, a better attack during that time. So literally everything is random. The pierce, the damage, the attack cooldown. So sometimes you see attack in rapid succession, but that was pretty unlucky, attack speed-wise. If we can clutch 1 life, I will take it. And son of a gun, we are going to clutch with 1 life. I think we'll go for Charge Blast next. So every 8th attack on the modded Alph uses a stronger attack that doubles the amount of damage of balloons in a large area. Considering our problem is just reliability right now, this is probably a bad idea, but I'll try anyways, because I'm probably dead with only 1 life here, yep, right? Okay. I need a real tower here to do some real work, so literally just a wall of fire, I think, is all we need. And how many times do you think we have to re-roll to beat round 40? Come on, Chaos Rat, do something, do something. Oh, actually, no, modded Alpha is insane. Well, against popping the mob player. Because remember, the modded Alpha increases damage done to the mob, so that means it'll pop much faster than usual. Plus, the stunning effect, slowing effect really helps. I'm gonna just get a debuff so that I can guarantee beat the insides, right? Yes, looks like it resets once you pop the mob layer. In case you're wondering what the next upgrades of Chaos Rat do, well, I think they're all the same. It just increases the max, like the ceiling of the random stats without, I think, increasing the floor, so... yeah, even more randomness. Invoke maximum chaos, why don't ya? So let me just see if what this AI programming turtle does. Like, does it pop anything? Looks like streamer donations gain $25 for every tower in range up to 10. I guess think of the turtle as the streamer and all the towers around it as the viewers. At least the viewers that donate money. Sub-tiers looks like gains an additional $10 for every upgrade on towers in range up to 50 upgrades. Yeah, don't load now, guys. The AI programming turtle is going to be the top streamer of 2024. You heard it here first. So can we see that 8th attack? There it is, yep. Much bigger than usual. I think I saw a plus 12 for the mobs at some point. What's Cursed Link? Periodically applies Cursed Link status to a non-linked mob on screen for 15 seconds. Oh, and that looks spicy. All damage dealt to the balloon is also applied to all other balloons with the status effects. Alright, let me see it in action, because yes, I could use that considering that the explosion radius of that main attack is pretty small. And you see the effect here, look at that. There's like a random aura around the mob here with a bunch of, well, purple numbers now. You know, I was kind of thinking when I saw these one-path modded towers that they'd be pretty, I don't know, simple in nature, but damn, this is like a completely original effect. Go figure, considering it is the modding elf, so he sure is using the power of modding, alright. Let's just take a quick look at what modding mastery does. Looks like the balloons in the elf's range are slowed, and then they gain damage every second, so kind of like an aura effect. See now, plus 15. It's pretty nutty. Let's continue invoking maximum chaos on the Chaos Rat, so 1 upgrade, and also I should buy Batman, so that I think I can move the rat back to a range where it's under the village and all that. So, let's see. Oh, it looks like every single tower gains the Dark Shade effect. I was thinking we'd pick up and then choose a tower, but nah. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have to do it incrementally. So maybe 1 move to Chaos right over here. Right now the middle of the field is a little bit occupied. I guess I'm gonna move the turtle away, because what's the use of putting it under camo? All of this is giving me money. So how is the turtle stream doing? Well, if you buy incremental growth, then I think it should definitely boost its stream numbers a little bit with gaining 20 times the current round. That's probably a little bit too good considering it's going to pay itself off in like 4 rounds. Anyways, okay, finally we can move the Chaos Rat in here. I'm gonna need some good luck to beat 63 here. Nope. How many times do you think we have to try in order for us to actually win? Also, the range is completely random, so we have to rely on that too. Nah, I think we gotta rely on too much good luck to win this. I'll just outbuff the D-Breath, and okay, apparently that's enough. And how about wave 2? Come on. Please get lucky, please get lucky. Nice. Alright, let me use this time to move the modding off away so that I can move the rat over here. I was thinking that the Dark Shift range of it would get bigger, because its range is randomized, but it seems like it's the same every single time. F-Mob also, please hold. Looking good now, so let's invoke the 3rd Chaos, and let's look at the passive bat. Kind of forgot about the bat, haven't we? So it looks like tier 2 gives towers a chance of critting to do 2x damage with a 1/8 chance. So if my math is correct, this is approximately a 12.5% damage increase for all my towers. Why not for only 3k? Echolocation, more range, extra camo. That instinct, nearby towers have a chance of attacking twice. Not sure exactly the percent chance, but I assume it's the same as it critting, so sure, we'll just go ahead and buy it. And lastly, we have Brighter Bat. So crits are 3x damage, more frequent, and provides much higher pierce. Before that, though, I'm gonna need that Glue Rat to come in clutch for me. Come on, RNG. Give me something good. Thank you, sir. Let me actually buy the 4th Chaos. And the 5th Chaos? Wait, why is it only $3,000? Well, whatever. I'll take that deal. I've definitely noticed since getting the last tier that, well, you can see the high range just by looking at the actual range of the tower. So that's pretty lucky range-wise. Also, I've noticed too, is its sell cost also randomized? It is. We're dropping from $400 to like $100 to $6,000. Didn't think that would go random too. But you can see here, look at the amount of projectiles every time it's shooting. It could be anywhere from like 4 to like just a giant burst of 30 at once. Pretty crazy stuff. We also have enough to unlock the last upgrade of the turtle, Doc's Moab. So the AI figures out the IP addresses of the 5 largest balloons on screen and then posts them online, causing them to retreat and hide for 10 seconds. Please do not actually dox anybody, ever. Yeah, solid words of advice from Jane. Doxing is no joke. People can get arrested from it. Or even worse. I was gonna try this round, but I guess my Glue Rat was, too OP. Sorry, Chaos Rat. I should make a distinction between that and the Glue Rat. Let's use it. Come on, I'm waiting for Moabs or BPs to show up. Like, how about now? Popped it too quickly. Although, actually, maybe that was the ability coming to effect there, but I just didn't see it. Because it sounds like it's just moving all the balloons back to the entrance. Although I could be wrong. Also, ooh, my Chaos Rat rolled a 0. I think here's what we do when we have a completely random tower. Just build spike factories. Basically putting all our eggs into one basket with the Chaos Rat here. So, yep, you saw it right there with the Chaos Rat. Probably does better against stronger balloons because it has a longer chance. More chances to, like, get the high end of whatever it's damaging. You can now see a bunch of crits on all the mobs at once on the screen. It's kind of funny how this tower increases the high end of the Chaos Rat even more, but, like, an even lower chance of reaching the high end because, like, we need to get a crit with the high roll of the Chaos Rat, if that makes any sense. Let's use this time to move DTs back to the entrance. So I pressed the ability. We didn't pop them. They're simply gone, and then they'll be back, right? Yep, there it is. After 10 seconds. Pretty sick ability, not gonna lie. Also, is it time to go back to the Screaming Fox? I think so, considering we've bought almost everything at this point. So, real quickly, Tier 2, the Screaming Fox gives us abs. It looks at abs greatly increasing the damage it dealt. Yes, that's how it works. The jealousy steaming from the fox is at an all-time high. Rage increases the screaming rate. Cursing, balloons are deeply offended and retreat when they hear this fox. And utterly roasted. Yo mama. Now, this was what I was referring to when I was telling you guys that this mod might be a little bit random. Also, is the Screen Fox still only doing like 1,000 damage per attack here? That's quite a yikes. 4,000 that time, okay, that's a little bit better. Still, I'm pretty sure all the damage is going on Mr. Chaos right here. Do we buy Modding Mastery? Yes, we do. Now prepare for everything in range to do to get increased damage. So remember, it doubles on every single upgrade, the cap. So now it can do up to 10 damage, 20, 40, 80, 160. Gee, you can kind of see why the scale breaks really quickly. So how about this bad here? How much extra damage can it rack up? Well, I guess still a majority of the damage is going on the Chaos Rat. But I can see buffing the Modding Elf being a pretty good option. Because it's going to take a while to reach that cap of like 180. Although remember, it does double its modded damage every once in a while. Yeah, if I'm seeing that, then... yeah, I guess that plus the Cursed Link makes it really damn strong. Alright, I'm using Turtle because there's a bunch of balloons here, and I'm probably dead. Yes, sir, we are dead. Maybe some better RNG? Nope. Actually, maybe random target, because if I was doing strong targeting, then everything was popping to mobs at, like, the wrong time. But that didn't seem to help either. Can this tower be outbuffed? Yes, it can. Okay, maybe this will save me. This plus random targeting plus, stall those ZMGs. We can... If we don't pop those, then maybe that helps us a little bit. Come on, Chaos Rat. Can we outbuff you? Nope. Call to arms that this is my last resort. Crits everywhere right now. There we go, finally. I think the Pierce upgrade was much needed, or rather Pierce ability. Probably dead again, aren't I? Let's drop a Maelstrom just for the funsies. That ought to help a little bit. 2 Maelstroms. 1 more Maelstrom. Just because I'm not confident. There we go. Not gonna lie, but right now, Modding Elf Overclock goes hard. It's definitely that Chaos Link coming in clutch, I gotta say. And then we'll use this to clean up. Or rather, overclock the rat for all the little mobs. And the more attacks we on these guys, the higher the ceiling can be. And now we can finish up with the last upgrade, Yo Mama. And this upgrade is still about as bad as using Yo Mama jokes in 2024. I mean, to be fair, it's actually doing decent damage right now. At least compared to Tier 4, but still pretty rough. I'm gonna go ahead and use Modding Elf. Or rather, overclock it and homeland it. So I can stack up that damage. Looking at the DPS though, I'm pretty sure the Chaos Rats is what's carrying us. If we just think about it, there are how many balloons to pop in like 120 rounds? Well, I don't have the numbers off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 6 million, so Chaos Rats still be leading the way. If I know anything about Paragons, now is about the round where you have about 16.2 million overall pops in the game, so we can only assume the Chaos Rat's done 10 million. And now to finally finish the job with an F-Bad. Here we go. Either we're getting unlucky or this F-Bad is much, much tankier than I expected, because that is not great damage. And I did even overclock the rat. How about again? Let me just see. Did it get unlucky? I think considering I had so much time to attack it, then no. I think Chaos Rat's finally gotten outscaled. Oh, actually, no, I know the problem. There is no range on this guy, at least during that time, so I need to Dark Shift. But I still don't think that's enough. Nah, it's not enough because remember, Dark Shifting is so bad. If you can only move that amount of range, alright, 1 more attempt. Maybe we'll add, I don't know, Curb Moab, just so all those projectiles of the blue rat do a lot more damage. How's that working for us? Oh, and also outbuff the glue rat, so the range is bigger. But nah, so close. So close. I think you get the point. Overall, fun little modded tower pack. My favorite, definitely the Modding Elf, with the Chaos Rat coming in a close second. If you like random modded stuff, click here for more. See ya.